So I guess I don't do update videos too often. I figured I'd do one here though. It crossed my mind that we've got this talk coming up July 3rd, and I've been posting everything from the ideation phase to developments as the plan has moved forward onto the blog, but I haven't made a video. And it occurs to me that there are definitely people who watch these videos who might be commutable to Idaho Falls, which is where the talk is going to be, who aren't registered on upwardthought.org, even though it's free, and signed up for notifications, and therefore you might not know about that talk. So I'm going to take advantage of this time to also give some other updates about some things that I've been working on. So hopefully you find that helpful. So the talk is going to be on July 3rd, and you can start arriving as early as 5. I think I'll start talking around 5:45, so I ask you to be there by then. And I'll be speaking about the kingdom of God. I'll be diving specifically into some aspects of the government of God, and the focus of the whole talk is on the practical applications to your individual life right now, and your life and your family if you've got one. And so I hope that spurs some interest, because the kingdom of God is one of these topics that's juicy. It's something that people are attracted to generally, because it's this big mystery, and I suppose understandably so. But most of what people fixate on, whether it's true or not, is the material that focuses on what is to come and what's afar off. And I think that there are very valuable aspects of that actually matter here and now. And so that's what I'll be focusing on. I think I'll talk for somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. And I'm hoping that there will be time both before the talk and after the talk for you all to meet each other. It will be a smaller group. I'm expecting somewhere between 10 and 20 people. And I think that knowing the people who have RSVP'd, it'll be a great opportunity to meet some good people. And I'm looking forward to that. I was kicking around the idea of doing a talk in Idaho Falls for some time now, definitely more than a year, because we have some people who reliably come down to the Utah talks who live up there. And I also know of other people who live there that might come if maybe it was closer by. It's kind of a stretch for them to drive all the way down to Utah. And some of the people that are coming live in Utah. They're driving up, and I think that's great. And I'll be driving down, and it's more of a central location from where I am versus where most of the people are, rather than having me drive 8 hours. So the location of the talk, we've kicked around some different possibilities. We did get we got 3 people who volunteered their homes. One's a little too far away. I think that some people wouldn't come because it's too far of a drive. And the other 2 are more or less in Idaho Falls itself. And so I'm going to go with one of those. Now, I haven't published the address, and actually I don't plan on doing so. So I have asked for RSVPs from people via the blog, and I have those. And this is sort of the last call. So if you're interested, please reach out to me at upwardthought@gmail.com, and I will send you the address. Just let me know how many people you're bringing, and we'll do it first come, first serve. If you're unsure but you think you might come, that's fine too. Just let me know and sort of give me a confidence interval of the percentage chance that you might be there. I don't want to turn away other people based on I might come, but we'll keep all of that in mind. So other updates wise, I've spent the time between the last talks and now going through a boatload of notes, and I think I made an update video on that note, pun intended. But since then, I've gone through. I had an enormous list of potential video ideas, and I went through and I organized all of those, consolidated a lot of them, moved a lot into potential books, and then imposed a sort of priority on those. So I'm going to start folding in some of those at some point to make some more content to queue up. But I also needed to get back into the books themselves and reorganize those a bit. And so I've spent the last few weeks working on that. And that has been good. It's gone very well. It's pretty tough, but things are getting clearer as I go through that. So I'm pretty confident on what the next book is going to be. I've got about 500 pages worth of notes that are relatively well organized, and I think I might still be able to get those done by the fall. It's never too obvious how long it's going to take to proofread things, and there's no guarantee that I'll actually get through that. It's more important that it's what it needs to be than that it's fast. So we'll see about that. Recently, there's been a dip in donations, and I never know the story on the whys and the wherefores. I know there's one large donor who is particularly offended at some things that I told him on how his life could be better, and he decided to respond to that by canceling his donations, which is always a high likelihood possibility when you try to help people be better, especially when they're particularly pig-headed about it. And other folks have decreased donations, and then there are people who just sort of come and go. And all of the support is very much appreciated, but right now we are about 30% below my living expenses per month, and that's not sustainable. So I think that if you're in the large group of people who watch these videos but choose not to support, I would ask you to reconsider that. And if there is an amount of money that you could contribute to this that doesn't displace something more important, I once again invite you to consider doing that. It's always shocking to me to hear from people who say things like, "Oh, I've been watching your stuff and reading your books for 8 years, ... Thank you so much. They've changed my life," whatever. And I understand that everyone's in a different financial situation, but there sure are a lot of people who live comfortably and yet don't make space to support the things that they say that they find valuable, such as this work. And so if you're in that boat, I'd ask you to reconsider. And thank you for all of those who are making up for the rest of it. I literally could not do this right now without that help, so thank you. Other updates. I know as soon as I hit stop, I'm going to think of a bunch of other things. In the time to come, you're going to see that there will be some videos that I'm making as YouTube shorts. And they'll be shorter, and you should check your notifications on YouTube, because there are settings where you might think that you're signed up for notifications for channel, but there's a sub setting for shorts. If you don't have that selected, you won't be notified. And I think there will be a span of time where a lot of the videos are shorts, because I have it on my list to just bang out a huge list of them. And I've got those topics and scripts. I've got a lot of them written already. So make sure that you're signed up for notifications on YouTube, both for full-length videos and shorts. And other than that, again, I encourage you to sign up for notifications on upwardthought.org. It's the easiest way to keep apprised of whatever it is that I'm doing. And in the event that there's something that's sort of emergent, like throwing together this Idaho Falls talk, there's this distribution of response time from people, and it sure would be nice to be able to shrink that down and get a more accurate picture of what's going on in a smaller time frame, smaller than months. Would be nice. It is free, and we don't spam you. The only thing you'll get from the site is the notifications that you're signed up for, if you're signed up for them, and you can turn those off at any time. I think that's pretty much it. So I hope to see you July 3rd, and if that works for you, for your schedule. And it'll be nice to have a smaller group. It's a little more intimate, and we can have more of a conversation. And for those of you who can't make it to that, the next one I think is going to be in Pinesdale, Montana, later this summer, early in the fall, while the weather's still good up here. And off the top of my head, I cannot remember what the topic of that will be, but I already wrote it down. It's on a blog post somewhere. So hopefully you can make it there. There are a lot of good people in these different regions of the country that I'm trying to connect to one another. Those connections will be more important as time progresses, and you'll see that. So, well, take care until next time.